I had a story in my heart, but I didn't know where to start. Every sentence felt wrong, every draft fell apart. Sat staring at the page like it owed me something, but the words...
All right, hello everyone. This is the hero's journey outline with me, Manon Doucet. Already did the housekeeping. So I am an author. So this is me, Manon Doucet. I'm a published author, publisher, and writing educator. I help writers use story structure, especially the hero's journey for this week, and tools like Sudowrite to turn strong idea into clear, compelling outlines without losing their voice. My focus is practical craft, emotional momentum, and using AI as a creative partner, not as a shortcut. Those are books you can find on Amazon, book that I wrote for children, nonfiction, and more. And let's jump right in. I'm going to share. Do you have the link, Jeff, for the document?
Yes, I do. Give me a moment. I'll get it pasted over.
Okay, just in case it's already inside the chat. So this is the note we're going to use today. There is a lot of information in the note. As you know, I like to give you tons of help for you guys to work with Sudowrite. So, okay, outline the hero's journey. From comfort to transformation, a storytelling framework for meaningful change. This is not just a story structure, it's a map of human transformation. Ready, set, go. Why stories change us? That's the information informs. Story transforms. We don't change by being told, we change by experiencing. Stories bypass logic and speak directly to identity, emotion, and memory. So the hero's journey, the comfortable cage is one of the story that you actually listen a bit to it. It's basic on that story that I was talking about. It's the one which is based on a real story, so on memoir. That's kind of very interesting to see what you can use the hero's journey with different genre. You're welcome, Betsy. So the call, the descent, the transformation, the return with the elixir. These are just like title of the 4 act. So you can see this is when someone is at the comfortable time of their life. That's the first part. Then there's a call, something arrive in their story that make start to change everything. Then there is the descend. The normally is like, that's not for me. I'm not doing it. And then they have to do it, which become the transformation. And then at the end, it's always the return with the winnings and things like that, which is basically the hero's journey. So every powerful story and every major life shift follow this arc. And let's do our document. Let me change my sharing here and let's jump right in. Desktop 1, desktop 2. Share. Okay, let's see if I can close this here and bring this over. What is it that you see? When we have so many screens, it's very hard sometimes to figure out what we share with you. All right, so this is the document we're going to work with today. Lots of information like the 12 stage of hero's journey. I use these, and I'm going to go in Sudowrite to show you what I'm talking about. Let's go if we can start a new project. We can get this outline with what we have to work with. The outline that we have here. So last month I did work with the novel outline. This month it's the hero's journey. Next month will be the holiday. After that, the story circle, the romance. And trust me, when I get to this one, there is hundreds of custom outline. But even though I'm using those until we get to this one, I also show you how to custom the hero's journey to your liking. So I'm not doing that just for getting everything from this window. It's you can manipulate these outline and bring them inside the way you want. And you'll see today what I mean by that with everything that I've done on those outline today. Okay, so basically the hero's journey here, you have all the information and all the stage of these outline hero's journey. The ordinary world, the call of the adventure, obviously the refusal, then the meeting with the mentor, crossing the threshold, tests, allies, enemies on the Act 2, the approach to the inmost cave. Now, obviously, it's kind of based on one of the story that I put down with it. So the road back on Act 3 is the return, the road back, the resurrection, the return with the elixir, and that's based on one of the story. I don't know why it's going this one, because here we have the definition, the hero's journey example, Luke Skywalker. This one is R2D2, so you have all the example. And I'm sorry, because sometimes I have these class prepare a month in advance, so I have to sometimes refresh myself here. So this is where I got the information from. Sorry about that. So basically it's all based on Luke Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke. So the whole outline here is based on the one we have inside Sudowrite. Okay, next. I have to change a few things here. We have the old things. There's a lot of prompt that for you can go and check these and play with it, but that's not going to be inside the lesson that I want to show you today. But a lot of fun there. You can go, those are little bonus. There is prompt to play with and just have fun. The deep. This is a deep research that I done with ChatGPT about what is the hero's journey in all the stage and very deep information. It's too long to read. There's 45 pages, but it's for you guys that if you need some information, you can go and read it. My point today is to try to show you in action what we're going to do with those outline. Again, here, the 12th stage. You let me know, Jeff, about that one. All the stage of the hero's journey. So if you're looking for the stage, the normal stage, the 12th stage, it's that one here, the third tab, that Act 1 again. So I'm not going to repeat because it's always the same thing, repeating the same act, Act 4 to Act 5, depending on which one you're going to use. But this is the basic one of the hero's journey. And these, I don't want to go too deep in this one. I will show you a concrete example. So again, this is a basic outline for the hero's journey. And here, how to create your outline. Now we're getting in the juice. Okay, create your outline. You have an idea of a story. So what is your story about? And then says, okay, this is a hero's journey and all that stuff. So these are little tabs to help you to write your outline. So what is the ordinary world about that story? So here's the young apprentice mage, by example. So I have a little synopsis right there. So this is the idea of the story. So imagine a young apprentice mage who's living in a quiet life in a small village. That's our ordinary world. Now, we got a call to adventure when she discovered an ancient spell book that ends at a forgotten magical catastrophe on the horizon. At first, she is hesitant, refusal of the call because she's just beginner and doesn't think she is ready. But then a wise old wizard, our mentor, step in, giving her the courage and tools to take that first step. From there, we'll have her cross the threshold by leaving the village and stepping into a mystical forest full of tests, allies, and enemies. Eventually, she'll face her ordeal, maybe a confrontation with a dark sorcerer, gain her reward, and return home with the knowledge to save her village. So this little synopsis, and it's very short synopsis, we're going to break it down to become an idea for our outline as the hero's journey. So the ordinary world, so our young apprentice mage, and you're going to see that this small amount of information is going to get much bigger. So ordinary world. Our young apprentice mage, let's call her Elara. Now we decide for a name. Lives a peaceful life in her little village, helping with small spell and learning magic basic. Everything is familiar and calm. Number 2, call to adventure. Elara stumbled upon an ancient Eden spellbook in a village library that revealed a prophecy and of an impending magical catastrophe. It's a call she never expected, and it's asking her to rise to a challenge well beyond her current skills. Number 3, the refusal. Now she's refusing to go with that new spellbook that she found. So at first, Elara is convinced she's not the right person for the job. She's just an apprentice after all, and she's doubt her ability to handle something so big. Now she's meeting the mentor, number 4. Enter a wise old wizard, maybe a retired mage who's been watching over a village for years. He is potential in Elara. He sees a potential in Elara and offers her guidance, teaching her the first step and giving her the magical token that will help her on her journey. So this is basically a blueprint to decorticate your little synopsis. And as you can see, it gets bigger, more information. In Sudowrite, you could take that synopsis plus all those that you answer and get more expanded and bring it inside your brain dump. So you could bring it right in here in your brain dump and start working all the information you're looking for. So that's something for you to create your outline. Any question on that?
No questions in chat, just comments about, of course, it's always Elara.
That's true. We still have those little names which keep coming back. So what do we need to get a strong outline in Sudowrite? So we have create an outline, but is there anything missing? To make the outline stronger, we need the genre or the genre and a tone. So is it fantasy, sci-fi, memoir, thriller, romance, or something else? What's the tone? Whimsical, gritty, reflective, romantic, dark, and humorous. So all those questions we have to ask ourselves about our little synopsis that we open up and give more information. You can also take everything here, copy everything from this part here, bring it in ChatGPT, copy all this and ask ChatGPT, please give me the information and bring me all those information to get stronger outline. It's going to do it for you. So here an example of the hero's journey outline that we work on. So the ordinary world, you have your hero's name. We can change the name. We have an age. What's the occupation of our hero? Where does hero lives? And the follow and political routine, the struggle with internal conflict, shaped by D, a wound, a fear, a past event. Their world feels emotion, but something deep inside them yearn for unspoken desire or purpose. So you have some example here that a cynical detective hunting by a past mistake. So you can take this here. You could bring it inside chat, give it the example, says fill up the blank for me, make it nice, make it strong, make it, use your word there of how you want to make it. It's going to give you an ordinary world with one of those. Get your own, it's the same thing. Then you keep going, the call to adventure, what's inciting the inciting incident that will pull our hero inside that story, taking that hero out of his routine. And again, you have example, the refusal to the call. So a bit the same thing, then create your outline, but this one has little, how we call that, placeholder to put the information for your story. And you keep on going until you have the whole outline done. And then you have a bit of add-on that you can read at the end here. Okay. A lot of bonus, a lot of repetition, but I'm getting somewhere with that. Now we have the stage by stage. Okay, now it's how many genre can we use the hero's journey with? We have the memoir, and that's the one we were listening at the early when we start the class or before the class. I was the story that I wrote. It's this one here based on memoir. So we have the ordinary world, and I have to somehow, oh no.
First, ordinary world.
Okay.
2. Call to adventure.
Need to stop this.
4. Meeting the mentor. 5. Crossing. 5.
Why do I stop this? Where is it? Disable? Okay. No, that's not it. Something is open on my reading and I cannot figure out how to turn it off. How do I turn it off? There we go. Okay, ordinary world again, expand it, but this one is the memoir. And it's the base of the story that I have inside Sudowrite right there. So let's see if we can open all of those.
3. Refusal of the call.
That's right, because when I did it this morning, there was nothing open like this. Come on.
6.
Does anyone know how to stop that reading thing? Maybe I can stop this Pishify on this side. Will it stop? No.
8. 8. Ordeal. Ordeal. 9. Reward, seizing the 8.
Expand.
9. Reward, seizing.
Manon, is that a plugin in the browser?
Let's see if that's what it is. No, it's still not. Which one is the one who stopped this? Open reading mode, no. There's the one.
If you go to the 3 vertical dots in the upper right corner, right there, and under extensions, if you go ahead and manage extensions, you should be able to disable that one for now.
Yeah, but which one is it?
The Speechify there. Just turn that slider from on to off.
Oh, thank you. Ah, perfect.
There you
Thank
go.
I learned something.
You're welcome.
I learned something. Thank you. Okay. All right, so these are all collapsing and you can collapse them back, so making space. So this is based on the real story that we have inside that Sudowrite. Okay, let's see if I can get even a bit better onto that information here. Basically, this is the basic of what the outline is about. And how do I get to this? We have a synopsis. Where's my little synopsis here? This is the big one. I'm missing my starting point. Close this. Let's get to where I start everything. No, there. There we go. Student, young adult. That's the big, big, deep research. Absolutely, the fantasy, imaging, adventure, discover, spell book. But this is not the one we are doing. Is the other one. Create original, talking, crossing, right part, stage, memoir. Okay, hero's journey, memoir. That's historical fiction. That's a trailer. The fantasy. Stage breakdown. It's definitely not the romance. Memoir. Okay. So the romance memoir is now complete. Lila journey from guard solitude to open heart love round the hero's journey. So the memoir example. It's my example I'm looking for. Sorry about that. I'm looking for my little piece. Somehow it's not there. Journey, step-by-step journey, fantasy, no. Okay, I'm not going to spend the rest of the day on this. Okay, so let's get directly to that outline here. The brainstorm, the brain dump. So what I did is I had a small idea of having a memoir of a story on a memoir of someone, which is real. It's basically a memoir fiction that we write about. And the brain dump or the brainstorm I did end up with that story about Eva Morgan, a mid-30 marketing executive in Atlanta, rising in the rank of sinking, but sinking in spirit. So this is the outline that, not the outline, the synopsis I end up with. So I put the information inside the brain dump. And I will get that information back and put it in the note. It's probably somewhere in here, but sometimes when you have in class, you just lose your little step that you were going through. And it wasn't a big step. It was just something very simple, which I probably did get all my information, put the name and what I want, and I end up with my story. So sorry about this one here that a bit lost in my notes. Step by step here for the memoir, right here, memoir example. All I did is copy my synopsis. And as you know, when you work with outline, you need a synopsis. You cannot just go in a blank document and just ask for an outline. You're going to get an outline if you give it something, but you're going to get something which is, I don't think it's going to be fabulous to have an outline with nothing at all inside to the right. But don't tag me on that. My John Crescent probably did something and he probably got a fantastic outline too. So I don't know. We can be surprised sometime with our Sudowrite when we work on it. The important part is what you get the information to get a very good outline about this hero's journey. So put everything in your story Bibles. I put my information. It's about nearly 1,000 words of information. We have more than that we could put. It can go to 4,000 words, which is great. So this will affect the synopsis. I did try to create a new synopsis based on this. I didn't like the result. It was shorter than this one, and I decided to keep this one for that part here. What we do today, memoir. So I didn't want to get something in the fantasy and all that stuff. So I just went and put down, that's what we have today. It's a memoir. The style wasn't written yet. That came right a lot later. So just do like it's not there. It's not there for now. I recopied the brain dump inside my synopsis. Like I said, I did try a different synopsis and I didn't like the result. It was very much shorter. Like you can see, this is the result from Sudowrite and the one when I write it from all my brainstorming with ChatGPT. So I keep the one I got from ChatGPT and I put it there. Obviously, to get a very nice outline, you need your characters. So I did ask for my character. And if you work with ChatGPT, not ChatGPT, but Sudowrite lately, it takes a long time to get your character done. So I had to do it before the class. So we have a large cast: Eva Morgan, Harper Lynn, Miriam Lynn, Kelsey Roos, Maya Thompson, and all those are here. We have a lot of people in that story. It's a very interesting story because she goes in a mountain after she figures out she's nearly dying. Next is the world building. The world building, let's see if I did give you some information on this here, because this is very, very important to work with this. The world building, I have a very special way to work with this, because now with Sudowrite, you cannot just go and generate the whole world building based on your outline. You have to go item by item. What I do is I take my synopsis right here. So basically I copy this because it has all the information I need for the session. I go inside ChatGPT. In ChatGPT, I ask, and I believe I have that question somewhere here. Can you please give me all the important world building information I need to write a bestseller based on this synopsis? And then I pass through the synopsis. Yeah, it's very interesting when you ask question in chat and say, what can we write with different outline? All right, it's giving me quite a bit of information here. It's a different information than I got this morning. We even have image. Definitely different. It's giving me a lot of information. It's taking names and giving their character cards in the same time. A lot of us do character cards inside the world building too. Okay, so we have a lot of information. I didn't suspect I would get images, but I got images. Okay, so what I would do beside the images, I would simply go and copy. This one is bigger than the one I got this morning. So let's go inside my, right here. This is the world building, the first one I got this morning. The ordinary world of Eva, urban life in Atlanta, the setting, the sensory element, the world, card number 2, and then physical, emotional, card number 3, the people along the trail, card number 4, internal world building, Eva emotional landscape, survival and simplicity in card number 5, and so on until card number 7. What I do is I copy all of it and I go inside world building right here in the 3 dots. And just in case I forgot to say, this is a deep dive. So if you are brand new to Sudowrite, be patient because one day this will all click together, but it's not a starting class. So just in case, but please do ask your question at the end. We'll try to link you up and make sure you understand, okay? 3 dots. You go inside the import button, and here you pass the information. So all the 7 cards, you put them in here. And that's going to be the result. When you say at the end of this, you put that import, and you're going to get these little cards. You read all these little cards and which one you want to keep and which one you want to erase. And if one of those you don't like, you just click on the X and it's gone. Once you're happy with the cards you have in the world building, you click go. Ah, there I get the prompt. I need a full detailed outline for my story based on the hero's journey. Flesh out. Okay, that's more after. Okay, so this become this. So all the little cards we have are here. So I don't have to go and broke my head on how many setting I need, how many culture I need, emotional and all that. It get me everything in one go of the important information that Sudowrite needs to write the story. Some of them you'll end up like this, where it's empty. So you can go back inside your information and target which one it is that it's empty, like the footprint blister and Eva's father. That would be Eva's father is here. So you can copy this part here. You go back in Sudowrite, and if you want, you can go here inside Eva's father, custom, you click on that, you type, you click back on it, and it will stay. Same thing here. Now we know it's family and personal. You go at the bottom, it's going to be here. Okay, so you can add these type because it's not the basic type. There's more information in your story Bible. You can leave it blank. It won't make a much difference because it'll know what it is. But if you want to go and do every one of them, that's how you do it. Any question on that? I don't lose anybody on too much of these. Okay. All right. We have a very good synopsis. We have a full list of character. We have a full list of world building. We know our genre. Now we need our outline. Now, let's close this here. This is the outline I got after putting all together with Sudowrite. So we have 5,439 words. The importance of having all your information well added, well done, give you a very good outline. I was very impressed with the outline that I got. So I got the hero's journey outline right here. Okay, 27 chapter, 4 act. Then I copy it, I put it here. It says, okay, that's one of them. Next, I go with ChatGPT. And in ChatGPT, I do ask, I put all my information. So how I did that, I got from here, now I don't have all those information there, but I had the first outline plus all my information in here. How do I get all that information to ChatGPT in one go? Any idea? We go out, we go to the three dot, and we export as one document. Once it's inside your download, so you have your hero's journey, you go inside your ChatGPT, and it's probably better to have, I don't think make a big difference. The plus button, you add, you go get your, I'm going to go get this one because this one is the one I did earlier. That one has more information plus the whole story. You put this in here, and then you go get this little prompt here. I need a full detailed outline for my story based on the hero's journey. Flesh out each act and each chapter. Put it here and go. It's going to read everything like Sudowrite did, and it's going to write a new outline. And he really likes to give me images today, or this afternoon, because this morning he didn't give me images. So this is a different hero's journey outline based on all the information with, we even have picture of that's what's happened in the hill and the fire. That's interesting. He didn't do that this morning. I'm going to leave it finish his outline. Okay, now we have the result. We have the raw material based on the hero's journey. Now we have two outlines. Now we have one outline, and basically here it's the first outline and the second outline, they are inside here. And the new outline that I did with ChatGPT and the one I did with Sudowrite. So we have both outline. I didn't lose anybody on that. Now what's the question? We have two outline. We have the one from Sudowrite and we have the one from ChatGPT. And in ChatGPT, one thing that I've done also with one of my outline, I asked for a very detailed outline for a ghostwriter. Where is that question? Basically, that one is transformed a bit, but it was based, the answer is giving me that's for a ghostwriter. A blueprint. Somewhere in there. Can you compare the two outline? Anyway, we're going to keep on going because this outline here and the one we have inside Sudowrite is two outline. So what we're going to do now, we're going to ask ChatGPT which one is best, why, and what to do with that. And we're going to end up with a crazy complete outline by merging the two. And there we're going to have our special outline to bring inside Sudowrite and write our story. So here, when I did compare the two inside the ChatGPT, and very easy in ChatGPT, you take your outline number one, you put it here with your question, which is that one here. Can you compare the two outline and tell me which is best what is missing and whether it is a good idea to merge. Here's the result from ChatGPT. So I took the question, put it inside ChatGPT, and I took outline 1. I took the one from Sudowrite, the first one. Select all, select all, copy, brought it in, and I put outline 2, and that would be the one from the top here. Outline number 2. And we just click go. Going to let him work. The result this morning says, yes, merging is not only a good idea, it's the best idea if you do it strategically. Right now you have outline number 1, cinematic memo outline. This is what it says about the one who came out from Sudowrite. And then the outline number 2, which come from ChatGPT, it called it the ghostwriter blueprint. Clear internal arc, explicit thematic, content, strong hero's journey. So there is not competitor. There are not competitor. They are 2 different layers of the same book. Below is a clear comparison what's missing in each and the smartest way to merge. Which outline is best and for what? If the goal is a writer can draft scene immediately, outline number 1 win. It's rich, anything that. Then if your goal is to clear a clear bestseller structure hero's journey with themes, transformation, outline number 2 wins. And it's giving you why. So say what outline is missing compared to outline 2. So outline 1 compared to outline 2 is telling me what's missing. And after that says what's outline number 2 is missing. Is merging a good idea? Yes, but don't blend. Fuse it with role. Use outline 2 for chapter purpose, internal shift, hero's journey, progression, theme, The outline number 1, the scene content, the sensory detail, character, momentum, setting piece, authentication. So we create an outline with both of those. So the biggest missing from both is important. So he's doing all the details. Then he's doing his recommendation. And he's telling me, what do I do now? Merge them into a master outline. I say, yeah, go for it. So the master outline is this one. Not as big, but every little piece from both outline together. Plus a few merging notes. Now, this is the outline I'm going to bring inside Sudowrite. So I take this one here, if I can get my bottom part would be here. I'm going to copy this. And this is the skeleton that I'm going to bring inside Sudowrite. Do you guys understand what I'm doing so far? Right, so outline 1 is this one. Outline 2 is ChatGPT. And now we go to the master outline. So it's already done. What I did is I went in the blank outline. So we'll show you just to make sure you understand the process. Outline. In the outline, under the generate, drop down, custom, pass. So you pass that skeleton and you say use outline. And here you choose what you want, and then you generate. So the generation of that outline, I'm going to close this part here, is this part. So chapter 1, chapter 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this one end up as the master outline, Hero's Journey. Now what I did after that, I always copy all my outline on the side so I can follow up. So this one is the first one that we got, and this one is, okay. So this is my master outline that I just finished creating. And I also, inside here, there is a place where I ask ChatGPT about more information, or is giving me more information. When ChatGPT gives me information on an outline on how to write the story, I always keep the information here. So the crafting of the perfect voice. So what I did is I took the outline, the full outline, and I went inside ChatGPT and I asked ChatGPT, what is the best voice to write that story or that book? It's giving me a lot of information here. It's reading the whole outline and it's giving me the information to write that story, the voice. One thing which was surprising is this part says write at the first person for more intimacy. It's giving me a lot of information about how to talk about how to write the weather, the silence, and things like that. So all the information is giving me, I'm using it. I'm reading all of it, the language style. Then at some point is giving me also part where how each act right there. Act 1 should be written in that voice. Act 2 in that. Act 3 and Act 4. These can be used inside when you write chapter by chapter if you want, or you can put it inside the extra instruction also. Basically, this information, I read it. And remember the style I told you, I didn't do anything until I got that information. I got it from all of it together by reading all the information that I received from ChatGPT, by reading my outline and everything else. It says I want something which is vivid set pieces, like in the ER. These are little terms they talk about in that story, exactly as anchor. So this is how the AI described that voice for this. Keep pacing sharp and avoid wandering, because I don't like things where we lose time or which seems like we're out of the story. So I really like avoid wandering. It's reflective, first person, present, emotional, precise, grounded, unsentimental, quietly brave, written by a woman who is done performing and finally telling the truth. So this is interesting how he wrote with this. So this is the full story, 43,905 words. How did I get there? From the master outline, I copy the master outline, I create a new chapter, and I pass everything on the new chapter. From the new chapter, I click on Start Chapter. And you write right here. So you can see all the chapters are inside. And then I recopy inside the scene. I keep Act 1 alone, and then Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3, Chapter 4, etc., all the way to the end. Make your correction if there's correction to do. As you can see here, everything on the line is things that are inside your character box or your world building. And here in the extra instruction, I could put everything I want to get for writing my story. You can see here there's nothing in that box. Where do I put it? I put it in here, inside Excellent. In Excellent, there's another place where you can put your instruction when it says, how do you want your story to be written? I want my story to be dialogue driven and character driven. I want my character to push the story forward. So I basically told, this is how I want my story. And I says, I love tons of dialogue. So I don't want long explanation. I want the character to tell us what's happening. This is basically an example based on the same kind of story we're talking about, with a lot of dialogue, and for the hero's journey. So I will do one for each of my story to match what I want at the end. And that's what we got. Instead of putting everything there, is going inside this and write the story that way. And that's what people, when they arrive at the class today, were listening to. And I knew I had not enough time to show you everything. But I gave you the romance outline and a synopsis for you to go and follow step by step from the stage by stage here. You can do everything I just did with this and create a story. So you have a romance based on the hero's journey. You have the sci-fi, again, based on the hero's journey. I gave you a fantasy and a synopsis. I gave you a thriller. And if I had a 2-hour class, I would do one with you together. But like I said, it's very, very long to process the outline and the character box. We spend too long time to wait for the generation to happen. And at the bottom, I have my class link. Here's very important. This is where I put my books on Amazon. This is my favorite link. And this one here is the specified story. So the story that I wrote based on the hero's journey for the memoir. That lady who has a problem with her broken heart. She has a long journey ahead, and that's an interesting story. So I invite you to go and read it. And I'm going to put here the class results. So basically, every one of those, I will put them in here so you can go and read them and follow up. We are at 4 minutes before the top of the hours. That would be a good time to ask question. If something wasn't clear, it's time to ask. Or did I miss anything in the chat?
There are no open questions in the chat, Manon.
Was I that clear? I felt like I was going all over the place.
There was a lot to go through, but you led us through it very well.
Thank you.
Thank you for class. It was very helpful, and I think I might know what my outline is now. I had to take a few, and merge them together, but chat's working with me. Maybe I'll get something.
Yeah, always ask chat. There's a lot of very powerful people on Discord. We have a lot of very, very good author on Discord. They're not teacher for Sudowrite, I can tell you that. But when I need question and I ask, and I always ask me first, did you ask chat? If you ask chat, then I will answer the question. If not, you go ask chat first. So often enough, I do not have to come back and ask question because ChatGPT has pretty much all the answer. You can go with Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, and yeah, even the chat inside Sudowrite has information, a lot of information that take a bit longer to get because it's shorter, but you can get as much information there that you get into a full chat over here. And it's free. Another more for 1, 2, 3, 4. Where can I find the material? Yeah, right here. Here we go. So have fun with all those notes. I will get the video up probably by tomorrow night. And yeah, that was based on one story, but a lot of genre can use this outline. So I want to say thank you so much, everyone, for being with me. My name is Manon Doucette, and that was the hero's journey, how to take 2 outline, match it together, merge it, and make a master outline and write a full story. Well, we did go through a lot. I mean, brain dump, genre, synopsis, character, world building, come back to the style, and then our outline, and plus the story. We could not do that. It took me at least 3 hours to just get this together with all the generation. And I want to say thank you to Jeff for being my co-host. You did a fantastic job. So thank you again, and see you next month for the next outline in this series.
I had a story in my heart, but I didn't know where to start. Every sentence felt wrong, every draft fell apart. Sat staring at the page like it owed me something, but the words stayed quiet and the fear kept thumping. Then I heard a voice inside me say, "You're overthinking, just put something on the page. Write it messy, write it wild, write it like you were a fearless child. Don't wait for perfect, don't delay. If you got something to say, write it anyway. Oh, 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 let it out, let it out, let it write it anyway. Oh, 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 let it out, let it out, let it write it anyway." Some days the magic shows up like lightning. Other days every paragraph feels frightening. Oh, but every page, even the ones that are wrong, are stepping stones to the book where you finally belong. So don't stop now, don't throw it away. You can edit tomorrow, but today, write it messy, write it wild, write it like you were a fearless child. Don't wait for perfect, don't delay. If you got something to say, write it anyway. Oh, 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 write it up, write it up, write it anyway. Oh, 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 write it up, write it up, write it anyway. First draft, chaos. Second draft, clarity. Third draft, confidence. Final dance, magic. Write the story only you can hold. Dream it, draft it, shape the clay. But whatever you do, write it anyway. Oh.